if my mom labored for me, pushed me out, and named me, and y'all gonna tell me that I cannot use or go by the name that my mother gave to me? Imagine you're a perfumer and you make fragrances so well that you get sued for it. Well, that is exactly what is happening to Jo Malone. Do y'all know Jo Malone? Are you familiar with Jo Malone? It's right there in Sephora. It can always be found in standalone high-end shopping centers because it is just very much a status and symbol of like femininity and fragrance, luxury. And Jo Malone has literally been around for decades. So they have given us favorites like, English pear freesia, wood sage sea salt, and my personal favorite, mimosa cardamom. So it is a well-known brand. And the drama started back with Jo Malone in 2019 when they did a collaboration with Zara for some fragrances. Now, I'm not sure if they make this fragrance anymore, but the fragrance in question is Ebony Woods, and I have it right here. Ebony Woods is literally just a beautiful, aromatic, sensual type of fragrance that really just smells grown. It's got some patchouli in here, some coffee, some vanilla, I believe, but it has some very like aromatic florals and like earthy notes, like maybe there's like some fern or pine needles, something like that is in here. And the reason why I feel like this was so pivotal, because this was so popular in 2019. Do y'all have this, or do y'all remember when Ebony Wood came out and it was like flying off the shelves? And the reason why I feel like it left such a mark is because this fragrance literally like raised a generation, like my generation of young ladies, in terms of elevating their scent palette and introducing them to the world of perfumery and what it could be, with a more complex scent DNA that was different from like the body splashes and stuff that we were accustomed to. It gave a good entry point into like a more complex, luxurious, and just grown feeling type of smell and scent profile at a price point that we could experience it at. So yes, I'm not sure if y'all have heard about this case, but Estee Lauder, which is the parent company of Jo Malone London, is suing the founder Jo Malone for using her name in the Zara collaboration. But in this video, I'm going to give y'all my top 5 Zara picks of fragrances that I feel are very elevated, elegant, the type of vibe that I always go for. Some of these I've been wearing for years, like Ebony Wood. Some of them are new to me. So if you want to know the tea on this case, and if you are interested in these top 5 Zara picks that I have, then you are in the right place. Let's get into it. In 1999, Jo Malone had actually already sold her company to Estee Lauder, so they got all of the rights to her name. And then in 2006, she left, Estee Lauder, because a lot of times, y'all know, when these business deals happen, the person who is the founder, they will stay on for a period of time to, transition before they go on and do their own endeavors. So I believe in 2011, Jo Malone, she is the self-named perfumer, and she created a brand called Jo Malone London, self-titled. Y'all know, like when people do a self-titled album, like Beyonce, that kind of thing, and it's like, but I am Beyonce. So she named her company after herself, and then put London at the end. She sold it to Estee Lauder, a huge conglomeration, went on to do her own thing and create a brand called Jo Loves in 2011, and that is the brand that actually collaborated with Zara. So the issue that Estee Lauder took when this collaboration came out with Ebony Woods in 2019 is that she put that it was in collaboration with Jo Loves by Jo Malone. So it was like she was using her name Jo Malone and not just saying Jo Loves. So Jo Malone, she's arguing that like, well, she sold her company, she didn't sell herself, she didn't sell her identity, she's like, she's a cancer survivor, this and that, and it's like she's still a person. So it's disappointing that they're coming for her all the way in 2026, because the case was filed in March, I believe, of this year. The collabs have been going on since 2019, which brings me to my next fragrance, which is called Fashionably London. Obviously, it's a play on the name of like Jo Malone London. This is one one of the newer fragrances that came out with the collaboration. Now I just got this one the other day, and this is like a beautiful musky bergamot rose. It has like a sensuality, a depth to it. Like, this is definitely giving date night. I love the bottle. I love the sleekness, and it just literally reminds me of, like, you know, the Jo Malone brand, that less is more, that simple elevated elegance that I absolutely love from Jo Malone. So this is another one, a newer version that has come out with the recent collaboration. Now she's saying, like, I've been doing this with Zara since 2019, and now y'all want to come all the way, like, what, 6-7 years later, and then hit her with a lawsuit and saying that she's infringing. And so she's not really liking that. When it comes to this fragrance, I do like it. I heard the women saying, there was some women, look at that sprayer, I love it. I heard some women saying in the store while I was smelling this, and they were trying to smell it, they kept saying that people were comparing this to Delina, and I was like, oh, okay. There's nothing about this that gives Delina. Nothing about this. This gives a like fresh burst of rosy musk that has a grounded sensuality. I don't know if there's any like patchouli or neroli or something like that in this fragrance, but for what it is, I feel like this is very well done. It has a energetic sensuality about it, and so to me that gives like a juxtaposition, because sensuality kind of gives like this smooth and grounded vibe, but then that bergamot really kind of like lifts it up a little bit. So this is the one that is newest to me. All the rest of these I've had in my collection before and have used over the years, but I would definitely recommend that y'all smell this one, Fashionably London, because this is, you know, one of the ones by Jo Malone. The rest of them are my Zara picks, but the first two, Ebony Wood, this is my bottle all the way from 2019, and then Fashionably London, these are the ones that Jo Malone is responsible for. Keeping that energy of sensuality, y'all, Memoir Intense was like literally one of my first very like grown, sexy, sensual date night type of vibe feeling fragrances. It has a liftedness and almost like an effervescence that's kind of champagne-y. It has some fruits, some florals, it has some patchouli in here, but y'all, when I tell you, this smells very sexy. Like, I remember I had a fragrance combination where I wore this on a date night, and the man, he was literally just like going crazy because the way that patchouli and everything is in here, it is so well. So, you know, like some of these affordable fragrances, sometimes I feel like you need to like have them sit and everything. This one has definitely gotten better, but you know, just letting y'all know the real deal and the real spiel. Sometimes when you first buy these, the top notes is alcohol, and that's, you know, just what it is. But I've had this one for a couple of months now. They had actually like discontinued this, like, y'all, they discontinued this for a couple of years, and then I think they brought it back in like 2024, 2025, but this came out, I believe, in like 2019 or 2020, somewhere around there. They discontinued it. I could not find this anywhere, and they brought it back. So Memoir Intense, it definitely smells like grown. It smells sensual. It smells elevated. Like, dare I say, there's another one, I'm gonna tell y'all that one next. This one and that one might be the top fragrance that I say, like, you gotta get your nose on it, you gotta smell it, because this is something that is special from Zara. Memoir Intense, I just love this. I get so many compliments on it. I remember back in the day, I used to get so many compliments on it, so my heart said, oh, when they discontinued it, but they brought it back, so I was revived. But yes, Memoir Intense, do y'all have this? Have y'all ever smelled it? Please let me know in the comments down below, because I cannot be the only one. This smells really good, layered with what's the one for vanilla candy rock sugar? Y'all know we're brown sugar babes over here. So the oil that I put this one with was unicorn essence. Oh my god, when I say I had a brother going crazy, date night, unicorn essence and Memoir Intense. That's only if you're grown, and that's only if you're sexy. If you want to liven it up a little bit and give it a more like juicy, fruity vibe, Sugar Plum, because they both share a similar like champagne-y, upbeat type of like essence, but this one has a little bit more groundedness, and that fruity lifted vibe, they just kind of pair well to each other, but the notes kind of mirror, because I think there's like some mandarin or something like that in this fragrance as well. So yes, layering combinations and Memoir Intense, definitely check it out. Actually, before I give y'all my other favorite one, I'm gonna give y'all this one because this one is pretty good. This is Rose Gourmand. Now I feel like a few of these went through a reformulation, but back in the day, when I tell you, I used to wear Rose Gourmand down to the ground, and everywhere I stepped, everywhere I looked, everywhere I went, people were asking me, what is that? What do you have on? What are you wearing? Now again, this is kind of before I was really aware like of what a dupe and everything was, and that there was a whole market of creating dupes and stuff like that. So they said that Rose Gourmand was supposed to be the rendition of Gentle Fluidity Gold, and I can actually confirm the new one, this has more of like a vanillic rosy, and it has a powderiness, but the vanilla is very like, it's a little bit thicker. I think they maybe added like a caramel note or something like that to it. So this still smells pretty. I would recommend it, but the old Rose Gourmand, I feel like it had just a more like a rosy, musky, like lifted vibe to it that smelled like, if you smelled Gentle Fluidity Gold, you know how that smells. I remember my sister had that fragrance, and I was at her house in her closet. I'm a little sister. I was smelling her stuff, and I was like, oh, this smells like something that I wear, that I have. And she's like, oh, this is Gentle Fluidity Gold, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I know I have something that smells like this. And I'm like, oh, Rose Gourmand. And so then it was just like over some time, then I realized like, oh, this is what the dupe of that was. So yes, I definitely think if you are, you know, looking for some Zara fragrances and you want something, you know, where to start, and you want to, you know, they got a bunch of fragrances, which one should I go for, which one should I smell, definitely try this one out. It is like a thicker caramelly vanilla from what I remember, but it does still smell pretty good, so I would recommend this one. Again, this is Rose Gourmand. But yes, Rose Gourmand is definitely giving those sensual, romantic, and comfort curator vibes. If you aren't familiar, if this is your first time here, then welcome. But over on this channel, we use psychology to kind of add some depth to our fragrance journey. And I have created fragrance archetypes and a personality quiz on my website, theoctobersong.com, so that you can dive into the psychology of fragrance, what your archetype is, what do you gravitate towards, and this will help you build a mindful collection that you will actually wear, because over here you're never fully dressed without a fragrance, and the goal is to, you know, enjoy fragrance in our lives daily, every day. So yes, I definitely get the sensual romantic vibes from here, as well as the gourmand, because that like caramely vanillic vibe is definitely there, and it is apparent. So when you take the quiz, it's going to give you fragrance recommendations, and this is going to help, you know, guide and direct you towards, you know, how you want to build out your collection. But it also gives you like an alter ego archetype, and you're free to read up and study all of the archetypes, because obviously we're all a combination of them, but your dominant one, that's really going to be where you find your sauce. So do not delay, go ahead and take the fragrance personality quiz today. And then finally, y'all, this is one of the best fragrances that Zara has. If you are like really like ladylike and you enjoy a feminine fragrance, then look no further. You have Nude Bouquet. Now, this is one of their more smoother compositions, and this is just like a white floral soiree that gets creamy. When I tell y'all this projects and this grabs so many compliments, like I had sprayed this on myself in Zara just to jog my memory. As soon as the ladies who I was talking about was telling me that this one was Delina, they walked over there like, oh my god, you smell so good, you smell so good. I literally sprayed this. I have bought this for my mom back in the day, because I believe this one went through a reformulation again. This might be the 2023 version, but the OG version came out in like 2019 or 2020. But this one still smells like how I remember it. Okay, this smells so good, so pretty, so floral. It projects, and when I say it lasts, y'all, I sprayed this on myself yesterday. I had it on like all all afternoon. Okay, went to bed, woke up, and I could still smell it on my arm until I, worked out in the morning and took a shower. Okay, so when I say this projects and it has longevity, but it is like the most light and like feminine floral smelling type of vibe. Like it has the powderiness, like it literally just smells like femininity in a bottle. And y'all know I love a less is more feminine fragrance profile that projects, but it is a soft smelling fragrance, like some powder or some florals or just something wafty and creamy. This is going to give you, those type of vibes. So just overall of like favorites that I've had over the years, like these are what started my fragrance collection. And I would say if you are starting a fragrance collection, and even for all of us, you can have these in your collection. But if you're younger, because that's how I was when it was just kind of like, I'm trying to be cute, but also I got to do what I can afford to do. Like Zara is a really great place to start, and the bottles are so cute. Like these, so cute. Like I love it, because y'all know I love just like a sleek little vibe. Like even these bottles, it's just like a tall, cute, just looking very feminine, very elegant. I probably like these fragrances for the bottles as well, because they look good on a vanity or on display. But Zara does a really great job of doing their bottles, their fragrances. Some of the fragrances are like a little bit confusing sometimes, but I mean there is a market for everyone. But say that to say, even with my taste and the stuff that I like, they have stuff for everyone. So Nude Bouquet, if you haven't tried it, try it. If you have tried it, let me know in the comments down below. How do you like it? Is this your favorite? Like if you like white florals and something that is just soft and pretty but still projects, you are going to love Nude Bouquet. So yeah, that's all the fragrances. Just being chatty now, like about Jo Malone. I love that brand. So when I heard about this, I was like, how y'all gonna do this to my girl Jo? And it's unfortunate, but at the end of the day, I really do feel like the Estee Lauder, they have a good case to say like, hey, we bought this name. It's like a strictly business situation. So whether or not she wants to be like, oh, I'm a person, I didn't sell myself, that's kind of the thing that happens with these business situations. That's why with my own brand, the October song, I had to think, and I was just like, I am not going to create no type of business that has my name, my personal name attached to it, because I'll be damned if my mom labored for me, pushed me out, and named me, and y'all gonna tell me that I cannot use or go by the name that my mother gave to me. Like that's just crazy, but that's just business. And it's a little bit different, but it's the same. That's why I always say I am not an influencer, and I don't just do it to be like, shady or cheeky. It's like y'all gotta understand, when it comes to like these businesses or working with brands, like we've heard enough stories about influencers and how they put stuff in contracts. If you see the word perpetuity, look it up. That means forever and ever until the end of time, and that's how they like to get you. Now that doesn't mean that I will never ever work with a brand, but me, I'm the type of person to where it's like, you can't come to me being like, oh, this is a great opportunity, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. No, I am building my own community, my own brand, like giving myself my own opportunities, because a lot of times it might be all cute and fun and dandy, like, oh, we love you, we love what you built, you're so great, you're this and that, and then as soon as you try to spread your wings and fly, somebody want to come behind and try to clip them. So I feel like even as women, we should look at this. If you're building yourself up, if you're building a brand, if you're being an influencer, all that kind of stuff, I don't play them type of games. You got to read and reread. You got to think ahead. You got to think for the future. So for me, y'all know I'm like into business and different stuff like that, and perfume. So this was just a very interesting topic for me. So it's just like, you got to think it through, don't get got, and be on your P's and Q's. Especially you have to guard the things as a woman that you have built your intellectual property. Like Jo Malone is an icon, and she can't even bask in her own iconography for the sake of somebody being like, well, we own the rights to this name. And to me, I find that completely and utterly crazy. Would I be on her side? Yes, but at the end of the day, the way the facts are, I don't know if she will win this case. And, you know, sometimes you can't always just hope. You got to position yourself. And so, you know, just saying that for anybody who's out there who has a business, who does collaborations, who is a, you know, influencer, or who has aspirations of like getting opportunities from other people that don't come from yourself, you got to vet them. Because that's why sometimes it be seeming like on slow and low, because I've seen things from like, you know, running around, having my little friends and everything like that when I lived in Atlanta and everybody wanted to be an influencer. I never called myself an influencer. I've never gravitated towards that title. I prefer to just kind of be, you know, me, myself, Kiya, doing my thing. If it's something that comes along my way and it makes sense, I'm gonna do it. But it's literally cases like this as to why I be telling y'all I'm not an influencer. Okay, so anyways, first thing somebody see you doing something, they want to put something in your face and say, I can do this for you, I can do that for you, I can have you here and there, and they gonna ragdoll you directly after. No, we not doing that. But anyways, let me know, y'all, do y'all have any of these fragrances? Do y'all want to smell any of them? Do any of these intrigue you? Have y'all heard about the Jo Malone case? And like, do y'all think that is just the craziest thing? Because I find it to be completely and utterly ridiculous. But when you are in this business world, that's how it is, and that is how it goes, honey. But yes, if y'all have any fragrance recommendations, any layering combinations with any of these that you would like to share, or let us know, what is your best fragrance that you have ever gotten from Zara that you have in your collection? We would really like to know. But as always, thank y'all so much for tuning into this video. Don't forget to give it a like, leave me a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel for more fun videos like this. And I will catch y'all in my next video. Bye.